Good morning, YouTube. I hope I'm on the camera. It's so hard to aim these things. I don't have a viewfinder, but this is going to be a morning glory video. I haven't made one in so long and I'm so overdue. And I don't really know what this video is going to turn out to be because I have just a ton of things swirling through my mind right now and I wanted to talk about it. And you guys are my friends, you're my support, you've been there for years with me now on my journey with weight loss and family and everything. You guys have been there. I'm a little emotional this morning for several different reasons and I just wanted to talk about it. First of all, I want to extend my deepest condolences and prayers and support to the families that lost children, that lost loved ones in the shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary. This event has really struck me. As a country, we've had a lot of these tragedies happen, and they're all terrible, and they're all despicable acts, and they're just horrible. But for some reason, these little children, these little souls that were lost at the elementary school, I haven't been able to shake the feeling. I haven't been able to stop thinking about them. And I know I'm not alone. I've got a lot of you as friends on Facebook, and I see your posts, and I see the pictures of their little faces scrolling down my wall. And it's been really hard. I also want to stop here and let you know that if you're watching my video right now and you don't believe in God or in a higher power, you may want to stop watching because some of the things that I talk about might offend you or might irritate you. So just turn it off now. I'm not a super religious person. I don't go to a physical church on a regular basis. I was raised that way with my parents. But I definitely believe in God, whatever male, female, maybe inanimate God. I don't know what it is, but there definitely is a force that is guiding us, that is giving us signs along the way. And I believe that for me in my life, that I look for those signs, and that's how I know if I'm on the right path. This video isn't really about weight loss today. I mean, if I'm going to talk about weight loss, the honest truth is I'm about 20 pounds heavier than I'd really like to be, 20 pounds heavier than my lowest weight, and I'd love to blame that on my last pregnancy, but I really can't because only about half of that was due to the pregnancy, and the other half is like, you know, a 10-pound regain since I've had him, so that's on me. It's something that I could fix. I just haven't done it for whatever reason. It hasn't been a priority. And I know I need to make myself a priority, and I will. It's just, you know, the whole world of weight loss for me ebbs and flows, and there's times when I really focus and buckle down and concentrate on myself, and then there's times when other things, you know, come up, and I'm just an all or nothing person, and it's hard for me not to completely 100% focus on my weight loss and get it done. If I'm not completely 100% focused on my weight loss, it doesn't get done. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But back to Sandy Hook and this tragedy, and I'm going to try and, now that I'm not crying or trying to tear up, I'm going to try and tell you what's been going on with me. So I remember getting the news of what happened. I'd been out that morning and I came back to my computer and I logged on and I saw these updates on Facebook about this terrible tragedy, and people were praying, and all of the details hadn't really come out yet. We just knew that there were a lot of children dead and there were a lot of teachers dead and that it was a shooter. And I, from that moment, was glued to the media, to everything. And on one hand, I get so pissed when they televise every little detail and go over and over and posting pictures of the person who committed the heinous act and talking about him, and I think that it just sort of fuels the fire for others to copycat. Or I just think that there's other ways to give the information to the public besides televising everything. I just don't think that type of thing needs to be heavily televised like it is. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. So, and I say that I'm totally a hypocrite because I watched it all on TV unfold, and I watched them, come up with all their different ideas about who the killer was and his family and whatnot. But the thing that struck me, okay, Mrs. Soto, one of the teachers, and I'm totally going to cry while talking about this story because this story is the one that's hit me the deepest, I think. And I've read a couple different versions of what happened with her class, but the gist of it was that she was hiding her children in her classroom, putting them out of view so that they would be safe when the shooter came in, and she basically saved their lives because she hid them. He didn't know they were there, whatever, and she died for those children. Every one of the children in her classroom survived because she was there. Now, if you go back and read a little bit more on Mrs. Soto's history, she always wanted to be a teacher from the time she was little. That was what she wanted to do. There was no question in her mind. She grew up wanting to be a teacher, wanting to teach children. I really, truly believe that some people are put here on the earth for a reason, and her reason was to save the children. Every moment in her life led her up to that point, and she was there so that her classroom would be spared, that all those little souls would be spared. Now, as far as all the children that died, when a child is taken so soon, I don't think they have had a chance to fulfill that destiny. I think most, if not all, of the children that were killed, it was not their time to go. That was not written. For me personally, I believe that if a soul has come to the earth and has not fulfilled that destiny, and they're taken too soon, that they will come back to fulfill their fate, to fulfill what was written in the stars for them. And these children were taken too soon. Okay, having said that, days after this tragedy occurred, and I've been so riveted and so intent on watching, I started feeling different. Well, first I want to show you something too, which is a little strange. In my backyard, it's been snowing here, it's been freezing temperatures, everything in my backyard is dead. The grass is still green because we get lots of rain, but I mean, all of our bushes, vegetables, rose bushes, everything's dead except about 1 or 2 days after the tragedy, we have a rose bush that is blooming. And I want to show you, I think we can see it through the window. I'm not going outside because it's freezing. So you can see how dead everything is in my backyard. You can see there's a rose bush on this side that's dead. There's a whole lineup of rose bushes. I don't know if you can see in the middle. Let me try to zoom in. Not zooming very well. There it is. Do you see that there are bright yellow roses on that rose bush? Yesterday they were covered in snow. They closed up into tight little buds when the snow was on them. And today they are starting to open again. Okay, now I'm definitely someone who looks for signs. Hopefully I'm on the camera. I think I'm zoomed in too far here. Hold on. Okay. Alright. So I'm definitely one who looks for signs in everyday life. That rose blooming is a miracle to me. And the fact that they're still alive after being covered in snow and they're opening again is another miracle. It's December. It's mid to late December, and we have yellow roses blooming in our backyard. Okay, let me see how many minutes I've got on this. Okay, I'm going to cut it short, and I'm going to start part 2, alright? So I'll see you in just a second.